Hi, Shalom from Jerusalem. I wanted to do an update on what's going on here in Israel. I'll try not to be so long. Um, First of all, I want to say that here in Jerusalem we're fine. Most of the problem is actually in Gaza in the south, and all along the coast from Ashkelon, Ashdod, all the way up to Tel Aviv on the coast of the Mediterranean. So here in Jerusalem, we're okay. We're fine. We have a bomb shelter, me and my wife and my boys, and we have some tourists staying with us because the airports have been closed. A lot of airlines are not flying because due to insurance, they don't want to take a chance, and so a lot of people have had their flights canceled, and we've received some here at home. Some of our tourists here at home having taken shelter with us. The situation here in Israel is not so good. It's terrible, actually, grotesque. We don't understand how Israel got through. I mean, we don't understand how how the Hamas, terrorists from Hamas entered Israel. Because if you see the images, you can see they're going right through the border. They cut the fence and they're going right through the border, and there's no IDF soldier anywhere in sight. And they just keep going. They go inside with a pickup truck. They go in motorcycles. They go running in. They go walking in. You can see videos of them dancing as the Israeli tank is burning. They went inside and took control. They took control of 30 plus communities, and they just went around as if they owned the place. And they were knocking on doors, and they would pull out people that lived in there. They would torture them. They would hit him, and sometimes they would kill him, but they would drag him out, and then they took him into Gaza. If they knocked and then nobody answered the door, they would burn the house and they would pull the people out. Same thing. They drag them to Gaza, and who knows what's going to happen to them. This is basically a ISIS at our doorsteps. We covered the news in ISIS, and I saw a lot of videos, grotesque videos, and it reminded me what I saw of what's happening here at our doorsteps down in Gaza, by the border with Gaza. It reminded me of what ISIS did. So this is the same terrorist group. So we want to know how everybody is trying to figure out how did this happen? Where was the IDF? Because they weren't anywhere in sight. So we have that in questioning. We have that question, and we need that answered. Hopefully, that will be answered soon. And we know that Iran was behind this. Iran helped set up this plan. They helped Hamas, the terrorist group Hamas, plan this whole thing. And we know that it was Iran help because there's videos of Hamas on video thanking Iran for helping them financially and for helping them with the weapons. Oh, excuse me. It's a bit late up here. There's a lot of stuff been going on here, and so this is terrible. The United States, beginning with Obama and then Joe Biden, they've been extending their arm to try to make some kind of deal with Iran, and they're like sick in the mind, trying to give them some money, and Joe Biden was successful in doing that. They received 5 hostages, American hostages that Iran had held for some years, and Iran got $6 billion. And then this happens. Iran supports terrorism around the Middle East. They support Hamas in Gaza. They support Islamic Jihad in Gaza. They support Hezbollah in Lebanon. They support the Houthis around Yemen, that they do a lot of terrorism to Saudi Arabia. They support the terrorist government of Syria. All these terrorist groups against Israel. They want to wipe away Israel. the small Satan, and they want to wipe out the big Satan, the United States. So right now, they say that we've had more than 4,500 rockets. By tomorrow, I'm sure there'll be some more, unfortunately. We have almost 200 captured Israelis, dead and alive, including little kids, including men and women, including older people, including sick, elderly people. And they're mocked. There's a little girl that broke my heart. A video of this little girl. She can't be more than 2 years old, and they were laughing. They were asking her questions in Arabic, but the little girl doesn't even know how to speak, and she's pointing and talking baby talk, and you can hear the laughter going on. And me as a father now of a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, it broke my heart. There was another boy about 4 or 5 years old, and they're hitting him with a stick, and they're laughing. I saw cages of kids. Little kids were put in cages, taken to Gaza. What are they going to do with all these people? Hamas has said that they have enough people in order to liberate all the prisoners that Israel has in their all their prisoners, Arab prisoners that they have in their prisons. But Israel has said that the aim is destruction of Hamas. This time, I hope they mean it, because they've been saying it over the years. Almost every year we have this same conflict, rockets being launched by the thousands from Gaza into Israel, and Israel keeps saying this. And because of the pressure from the community, Israel stops and they don't finish the job. Unfortunately, it's the best for Israel is to wipe out Hamas once and for all. They have almost 2 million Arabs in danger. This is a terrorist government, and they don't care about their own people. We have more than 4,500 rockets landed in Israel. 280 were intercepted by the Iron Dome. 80 plus cost damage, and 2,400 of them landed in an open area. It didn't do damage. Terrorist groups were able to take control of 30 plus communities. We have over 2,600 injured, and a little bit over 800 dead. And it's really, really sad. But I want to emphasize again that here in Jerusalem we're fine. We did have 3 hours ago, we had sirens that made us take shelter. And one landed in the Arab town of Hebron. The other one landed in the Arab town of Bethlehem. The other one landed in the Arab town of Abu Ghosh. And then the other one landed in a place called Ma'ale Adumim, which is a Jewish little town. So they don't care where the rockets land. But thank God that we're fine here in Israel. We have to pray for the people in the south, people around the border of Gaza, the people that have people killed, and people that have been taken captured by Gaza, the terrorists in Gaza. And we got to pray for the soldiers that are fighting. We got to pray for the families of the soldiers. We got to pray for the government that they make the right decisions. It's not an easy situation. I wish it would be over soon, but this might last around a month or so. Unfortunately. I wanted to tell you one more thing. There was a music festival close to the border with Gaza. Hundreds and thousands of kids were out there. And the Gaza terrorists, Hamas terrorists, came down in parachutes. And they landed where these kids were, and they started shooting them. They killed a few of them. They captured a few of these young folks, and their parents saw them in videos that Hamas has published in the last 3 days, and they realized that their kids have been taken captured by these terrorist groups, these terrorists, and taken captured and taken into Gaza. So, like I said, this is a terrible situation. This is a very terrible situation, and we ask for your prayers. So, I wanted to update you, and hopefully, I will have better news as the days go by. Shalom, shalom.